It's a bit bright out there. Yeah, it's too bright out there. Hold on, let's see where I'll do that down. We're here. We've got a special guest today, Juno. Juno, what are you doing? Over here, mate. Over here. Come on the sofa. Over here. Good girl. Jump up, jump up. We've got Juno here with us today, special guest. She's got her bone with her. She's not been that well. She's got, we're just, Politics Live, Joe Coburn, they just finished that. Put the sound off. Juno's not been that well. She's got bicep tendinitis. Right, let's have a look. Just watch PMQs. It was mainly on the war, the invasion of Ukraine. I've made some notes. Hold on. Dustman are here. Lethal aid. Putin is not a peacekeeper. I made notes. Sanctions, if not now, then when? That was Keir Starmer said that. Sanctions, if we don't do the sanctions now, then when we're going to do them? And Boris came back, the Prime Minister came back with, there's going to be more to come. It's actually the recycling. He said there's going to be a barrage. There's a barrage coming of sanctions. Squeeze him. They're going to squeeze him. And what we need is unity. And when he said that was Keir Starmer said that, because he was saying, and Mr. Speaker, let's just put that a little bit louder. He said, and Mr. Speaker, the Labour Party, they take in money from the Chinese Communist Party. You liking that bone? She's got her bone. Yeah, that was the unity. There's more sanction. But they were saying what we need is de-escalation. Then they asked about Russia today. And the Prime, what do I call him? Fucko the Clown said, Russia today is up to Ofcom. And they were saying, we've got to get inside the Russian doll, which is the dolls that, listen, you can't chew that all the way through, because there's a lot of noise going on. I couldn't sit in the car. It's fucking freezing outside. I was thinking, I ain't going out there for an hour, sitting in a freezing car. The Russian doll of banking, because they want to find out who owns the companies. No, where's the money? Who owns all the housing? There was a flood of foreign money, but they was like, let's talk about that for a minute, because if you want to invest, say like you went to the stock exchange and you wanted to invest in the stock exchange, they say you've got £1 million, they say, oh, 4% you get for German government bonds. I think that might not be a real fact, but so if you put in £1 million, you'd get 40 grand back. But they were saying housing in London, like last year or the year before or recently, has gone up by 19%. So if you put in £1 million, you get 190,000 back. And all those flats, it's a bit warm in here. All those flats that are along the embankment, just as you go over Vauxhall Bridge, but like right beside the Houses of Parliament, it's like massive. And they're doing like what are they doing? 9 Elms, like Battersea Power Station. So all those penthouses, say they're £1 million, like they want about 10. If you got 10, you'd earn 10 times 190,000, which will be like 1.9 million. Not a bad return. So that's why we get a flood of Russian oligarchs or you know, oligarchs. Do they come from Greece? Oligarchs as well? Don't know. Chinese money. Money's from sort of like oil-rich states. They just buy everything in London. And they're reading what that does. And there was a guy. Did you see that guy? Let me have a look, see whether I find it. He tweeted, actually, this was the promo shot, but I went and put my jeans on so you couldn't see my knees, otherwise I was going to paint my knees. Anyway, so the guy said, let's have a look. Is it in here? Yeah, it is somewhere. The guy said something like, oh, don't, because if you go after the Russian oligarchs' money, there's going to be a crisis for the landlords. Yeah, this guy here, look. So basically he said, going after, I spoke about this morning, but let's do it a bit better. Going after Russian dark money could cause house prices in central London to crash overnight. Rents could plummet, which would be a good thing, jeopardising the livelihoods of tens of thousands of landlords. Hold Mr. Putin to account. Of the landlords. Hold Mr. Putin to account robustly by all means, but do so sensibly, pragmatically, declare war. Hey, let's get back to PMQs. Look, I really don't want to take the bone off you. I know how much she likes this bone. You broke a bit off. She smashed it. She smashed it in two. Look, it's in two bits. It's like a jigsaw now that you can put back together. It's like, is this your real bone? If you want, give me a kiss. You want your bone? Go on. Try and chew. Don't chew so loudly. I chew really loudly. People often say, like, it's something to do with my jaw. It kind of knocks when I chew. Come on, let's get back to PMQs. What are we talking about? Oh, the Russian doll of banking. It's not really banking, isn't it? Is it? But they said they moved like billions. Ian Blackford then got up, and Ian Blackford, he said like corruption, and he was pointing at like the Tories and Boris Johnson and Bozo, and he said to him, like, are you going to give back the 2.3 million that like the Tory party Russian connections gave into the donors? Caroline Lucas, she got up and she was trying to talk about like Brexit and the influence of Russia, because in the Brexit thing, that's Vladimir Putin. His dream was to break up Europe, and he, they were saying that he was involved in, like, isn't it the Vote Leave guy? Is he the Tory who was he set up the Friends of Russia? Caroline Lucas, they were barracking her. You could hardly hear her, and they were just shouting. And all that Lindsay Hoyle, like Mr. Speaker, all he kept doing was like saying, "Go on, hurry up with the question." Jesus Christ, he was looking at his watch, going, "Well, you get on with it." And he went, "Oh, sit down." He went to the prime. Go on. He's a really dodgy guy, that Mr. Speaker, isn't he? Like I noticed before, like he always errs on the side of the government. And a guy stood up, then an MP from Bradford, he stood up and he was like talking about like a Tory who's been accused of Islamophobia. He just shut him down. He went, this isn't the place. And he said, and the Prime Minister, he's been like Islamophobian with women, Muslim women. And Lindsay Hoyle, again, he went, what did he say? He went, this isn't the right place. This isn't the right place to bring that sort of thing up. Again, what? When is the right place? Sorry, not when. Where? Where is the right place? Yeah, it's a fucking joke today. I mean, there wasn't so much tetchiness between Starmer and Flacco today, apparently because they want to show unity in the face of Russian. Oh look, there's like Tory's Jaws. That's one of my artworks. you can go onto my Etsy page. I think that is so good. All hand painted. And look at the typography. That was all done by hand. See that red? It was all done by hand. Typography. Right, listen. There's a lot of chewing going. Do you want to go and sit over there? If you can. And let's go back to some of the things from this morning, because I only get 2 minutes in the morning, and I went so fast. Right, let's have. I need my glasses as well. My eyes are getting so bad. My health's not been that good lately. When I collapsed, didn't I? And they had to get the paramedics. But my health's really not been great. Right, where have I left my glasses? Just watch Juno eating her bone for a minute. It's all right, I'm back now. Juno followed me. Come on, up here. Right, I've got my glasses on now. Punish Putin harder now. That was the Daily Basket case this morning. That's why I was saying, like, are you real? Do you know what's going to happen if you punish Putin? You're going to collapse the Tory party. Tougher sanction on way as Ukraine fears a full-scale invasion. I mean, and I was watching there as well, Joe Coburn doing the Politics Live. And what did she say? Something about, is it Ben Wallace? He was like meeting the army this morning, and he said that Vladimir Putin has gone full Tonto. Kay Burley, she interviewed Liz Truss this morning. Kay Burley asked, the Tory party has received 2 million in Russian-linked cash since Boris Johnson took office. Should that be given back? And she said no. And this is Ian Hislop from who gave Boris Johnson his big break. The Tory party are almost entirely funded by Russian oligarchs, most of whom are sanctioned. She's looking for her bone now. I'm sitting on it. Look, just come and sit up here. Good girl, come over here. Good girl, come and sit up here. Come on. You can have your chewing in a minute. Come on, jump up. Yeah, I don't know who this guy here is. I've no idea. Does anyone know who that is? But someone posted it up. The EU sanctioning 378 Russians. The UK, since the invasion, the UK has sanctioned 5. Boris Johnson and half his cabinet are a national security risk. Yeah, look. This is the Mirror as well. Fury. Get dirty Russia out of the UK now. Johnson does too little, too late to hurt Putin. Is that how you say it? Putin? I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that right. As invasion of Ukraine begins. World outrage as Vlad, that is the Daily Star. That'll learn him. Britain reacts to Putin's invasion of Ukraine by sanctioning 5 banks and 3 very rich Russians. But Boris Johnson just said there's like sanctioned like 500 or something. We'll grab him by the rubles. It's quite scary though, isn't it, to think that like there's Russia's, that they got the nuclear bomb. And we got the nuclear bomb. It was showing, like, there was a graph up, if the nuclear bomb hit central London, you could see the thing, and then someone put up, what was it, Jim Picard at the Financial Times, Milton Keynes, because it was just outside, house prices will go up there. This is the Times, look, West imposing sanctions. But do you see that story over there on the right? I didn't really get time to read that today. Let's have a little look, see what it says. Johnson is the first Prime Minister ever to be questioned under caution. Boris Johnson has become the first British Prime Minister to be questioned under caution by the police, a leaked form appeared to confirm last night. The Metropolitan Police is sending questionnaires to 88 people accused of attending lockdown breaking gatherings as part of a criminal investigation into a dozen held at Downing Street. Johnson, 57, has filled out his questionnaire and returned it to the police after consulting with a lawyer hired at his expense. He ain't paying for that. I bet he do it pro bono. I bet it's like if he ain't doing it pro bono, then he's doing it like Tory party donor. A questionnaire obtained by ITV News shows that individuals are invited to respond with a written statement under caution. They are told to list any reasonable excuse that might justify their presence and are given 7 days to complete the form. In total, the form asks 12 questions, including: did you participate in a gathering on a specific date? What was the purpose of your participation in that gathering? Did you interact with or undertake any activity with other persons present at the gathering? If yes, please provide details. They're just going to say no. They're going to say no, aren't they? Nah, it wasn't me. Tony Blair, the only previous sitting Prime Minister to face a police interview, was questioned as a witness as part of an investigation into cash for honours in 2007. At the time, he said that he would resign if he interviewed under caution. And they've interviewed Boris. He ain't resigning, mate. Here, look. This is the front page of the Daily Poo. Is that back to front? When I show you that, because it looks like back to front to me. I should do the newspaper. I should turn the newspaper. You can do that on edit. Biden, twisted Putin is ready for bloodshed. President says invasion has begun as Russian tanks head for border. I mean, what do they do with the tanks? Oh, they've got big. What do they do? What do you mean? What do they do with them? They've got big, massive things. So is it still like if they have a war? Is it still like conventional war? Is that what they do? I thought it'd be like more like drones and robotic dogs and robots. I didn't think there'd be real people. President says invasion has begun as Russian tanks head for Putin state claimed to vast new territory. 100 NATO jets on alert, and Boris launches first salvo of sanctions. He ain't done nothing, mate. Putin is. She's checking to see whether anyone walks past, and if they do, she'll bark. US president's ward of untold suffering. Germany halts gas pipeline as West. Do you know, like, do you think Angela Merkel not being there, Putin is like kind of thinking, this could be a good moment. I don't even know who the German Prime Minister or what is it in Germany? Chancellor. Don't even know who that is at the moment. Does anyone know? Is it like is it Helmut Schul, or is that a name I heard from the past? War threat grows as Putin backs Ukraine proxy states. I went to Georgia, Tbilisi, and did a project there, which I'm not going to talk about. Yeah, it was a really beautiful place. I met my friend Lardo there, and there's a place in, I want to say the northwest, because there's North Ossetia, South Ossetia. So there's a lot of, like, do you ever heard of those countries? North Ossetia, South Ossetia? Have you ever heard of Abkhazia? Abkhazia. Yeah, that's in the northwest, and I think that borders Ukraine. Does that border Ukraine? Abkhazia? Let's have a look. I can go on a thing. Anyway, they were going around, and the guy, what was his name? Was it Mishi or something like that? He was the prime minister. The president of Georgia at the time. I remember flying into Tbilisi. It's miles away. It took ages to get there. And the road from the airport, do you know what it was called? George Bush Way. Yeah, he built loads of fountains, and they didn't want to be part of Russia. Abkhazia. Officially, the Republic is a de facto state in the South Caucasus recognised by most countries as part of Georgia, which views the region as an autonomous republic. It lies on the eastern coast of the Black Sea, south of the Greater Caucasus Mountains. Went into those mountains, went for a walk. The state is the central issue of the Georgian-Abkhazia conflict and Georgia-Russia relations. The polity is recognised as a state by Russia, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Nauru and Syria. While Georgia lacks control over Abkhazia, the Georgian government and most United Nations member states consider it to be part of. Yeah, there's the Abkhazian flag. And yeah, they were going around painting, they were painting the flag on the walls. And if you get caught painting the flag, that Abkhazia flag, in Tbilisi, they would freak out. But yeah, I mean, what is it about? Is it something to? I think it's something to do with the Crimea, isn't it? So the Crimea, which is a little island, it's not little. Is it Vestopol? Is that where Russia has all their submarines and everything? So if Russia doesn't have the Crimea, they're fucked. They have to go round by the Arctic, above Siberia. They wouldn't get round there. Let's have, where are you going? Come over here. Let's have a look at the Crimea. And the Crimea War, what was that all about? Well, it was obviously to do with Russia. Crimea is, okay, it's a peninsula. Yeah, it's a peninsula. The Crimean it's so good having the iPad. I can fact check things. Because otherwise you just don't know off the top of your head. The Crimea. Let's have a look at the Crimea War. What was that about? Russian Civil War, Soviet Union, Crimea, Khanate, Mongols. So the Mongolian Empire, that was quite big, wasn't it? That was a big thing. They were probably all over Russia. Crimean War. Right. The Crimean War was a military conflict fought from October 1853 to 1856 in which Russia lost to an alliance of France, Ottoman Empire, United Kingdom and Piedmont, Sardinia. That's in Italy. The French promoted the rights, the churches worked. It was a religious war. Russian troops occupied the Danube principalities. Didn't do this at school. I think there was sort of like some, wasn't there? What's that guy called? He's Sean Bean. When he was like fighting Wellington. Wasn't that around the same time? The Battle of Balaclava. Wow. The Russians counterattacked in what became known, but the British forces were seriously depleted. The Battle of Balaclava. The front sailed into the siege of Sevastopol. That's what I was telling you, that Sevastopol earlier. Yeah, I'm not too like big on geopolitical things. I'm presuming this is is this what it's about? Because I don't know. Is this what the Ukraine thing's about at the moment? I'm not sure. Maybe. Right, let's get back to some of the things from this morning, the newspapers and that. Yeah, this was from Keith Burge. He said, no Russian, this is Boris Johnson's barrage of sanctions. No Russian will be allowed to interfere in more than one EU referendum. No Russian buying a tennis match with the Prime Minister will be allowed to serve first. That's because Boris, someone paid like, what is it, like £100,000 saying to have a tennis match with Boris Johnson. There was a guy the other day, he's a Tory party donor, and he said, like, I bought all these things at auction, but like it's like 5 years later and I still ain't done them. No Russian donating to the Tory party will be allowed seconds at the donors' dinner. Oh, fuck. Easiest way to catch Russian oligarchs in London, organise a meeting of Tory donors. My first sanction, this is the parody Boris Johnson site, Twitter. Is it okay to call it Twitter rather than Twitter? My first sanction against Russia will be to limit donations to the Tory party from Russian nationals to a maximum of 2 million each per month. Yeah. And there's Ben Jennings with his cartoon on Russia's peacekeeping mission. I'm just here to keep a peace. There's Vladimir. Yeah, so I thought it was like, I don't know, let's try and move this a bit forward because you seem like really far away. So if I move it really forward like that, if you've got questions, then I can read them. Here we go. All right, let's talk about like Russia, Boris Johnson, Tory party donors. Let's talk about like corruption, Sleaze. He's under investigation from the fucking... Did you see that? There's a classic, the other Guardian. What's his name? Steve Bell. There's a classic cartoon yesterday as well of Fucko the Clown. It's hilarious. I thought it was like a really good cartoon. Hold on, let's go here. All photos. Let's have a look for that one from yesterday. It's an amazing photo. Yes, where has it gone? Yeah, look at this. Sorry, amazing photo. It's an amazing cartoon. I'll just blow it up. And it's like, we're free, I'm innocent. And he's like squishing the coronavirus. Let's go to war. And look, he's got a fixed penalty notice on his bollocks. That's a classic. Paradise and Panama Papers sort of laid this all out. Yeah, they known about like, what was the other one that came out this week? Was it the Swiss? No, I forgot. It was another bank. Credit Suisse. Was it Credit Suisse? What happened there this week? It was absolutely... They're talking about Russian donors in the House of Commons now, and most of the Tory benches are empty. Yeah, because they've gone off to have lunch with them. That's what they're doing. I mean, you know, Boris Johnson shouldn't be the Prime Minister. One, he is like he's financially illiterate. Like he hasn't, like, he's on 300 grand a year, but he spends all his money on alimony. But it's like, what's he doing? How's he the Prime Minister? He's got to be the most stupid fucking... He's incompetent. He's licking it. He just loves living in the grace and favour, doesn't he? And it's like people are saying, oh, this is really convenient. I don't think they're going to start a war in Russia. Just so it's all a red herring. Tory party are shifting Russian money out of their accounts. A lot of people have been saying that. I saw that on the Twitter earlier as well. They were saying that he's giving them the heads up. He's saying, listen, fucking move your money quick. Like when they done that Swiss bank fucking tax evasion deal. But it's like, if they're gonna like get your money out now? But how do you can't get your money out of property? It's solid. It's like, it's real. Do you know what I mean? They're buildings. What are you going to do with buildings? Boris Johnson's father, 30 years. Is that Stanley? He's the son of Stanley. Well, fucking, he's another... How do we get these people? Where do they come from? Where does Boris Johnson and Stanley Johnson and George Osborne and David Cameron, and where do they all come from? I Spy with My Little Eye, something beginning with wallpaper. Yeah, I mean, he had like, what is it, £1,000 a roll wallpaper. Child poverty, there's like cost of living crisis. It's like chaos out there. And he's like, he doesn't care, does he? He's just like, all he's doing is licking it. He's in his grace and favour. He's in number 10. He's got his own apartment, own flat. What's her name? Something Liza Little, or whatever her name is. Old Man Johnson has ties in China and Russia. I mean, I'm reading these out, but I'm big on fact checking. So it's like, it's good to just fact check things for yourself as well, just to make sure that everything is real. Because like I get back to, where do they all come from? How do we end up with fucking people who are like, you know, hoity-toity? How do we end up with the hoity-toity in charge all of the time? And they do that like, because that's why they wanted they're fighting like the culture war. So what they do is they get the masses to like think, you know, God save our gracious Queen, God save her Jubilee. They reported this week that she's working, even though she's got the COVID. I I mean, she's fully vaccinated, surely. Boosted up to the fucking rafters. She still got it. But like, they took away all of the restrictions. But like, even today, I think it was TfL, the TfL, which is Transport for London, they've come out today and they've said, right, don't worry, no more masks on the tube or on the bus. Is that real? I think a lot of people are just going to wear them anyway. You know, and they say, yeah, but if you wear a mask, they, you know, you're fucking slaves. You ain't got no freedom. But it's like, well, actually, they're wearing masks not just for themselves, but for other people as well. They're just talking about the lateral flow test. Have you seen that? That's fucking crazy. So they don't want to give out any more lateral flow tests. And boots, from today, you can order them online. 5 sobs, 5 fucking pounds to buy one fucking lateral flow test. We spent 37 billion. What happened to all of those? Where did they all go? Let's check in with the BBC News. Let's see what the headline is today. It'll be Ukraine, obviously, but we'll just check in. We'll have a look and see what developments there are. Sometimes they say break-in. Ukraine tells citizens to leave Russia immediately. I've got my Pablo Jesus on today. Fucking got that on every day. No, sometimes I've got other t-shirts. I've got 2 free t-shirts. I've got 1 pair of jeans. I've got Juno ate my fucking laces out my trainers. Thanks, Juno. She ate my boots as well. Do you want me to show you what she did to my boots? Oh fuck! Look at that. Look what she's done. She ate the thing as well. These were my, like, I forgot what make these are, but they're really good boots. They're like 100 quid, and they got like sort of like soft thing inside. They're for the winter. But look at that. Look. I went into the repairers. Can you repair that? They were like, fuck's sake. They are so comfortable. The first day I put these boots on, they felt like I had a pair of slippers. Look inside, can you see? It's beautiful, it's all fur. Now look, and you just got to put it down to sort of like, oh, she must really love me. That's why I give her the fucking bones. You got to see what she's done to the sofa, to the kitchen table, to the legs and everything. All the legs are fucking. As soon as I put that boot down, she was like eyeing it. Do not. You might as well eat the rest of it now. But she eats so much stuff, and she ate some wool, and then we was in the park, and then when she does the poo, it's like it's hanging out, so it's gone through her digestive system. So I have to get one of the poo bags, and I have to pull it to get it out. She's okay around her bum. She'll let you touch it. She's not like some dogs. They don't like it. But Juno knows she's in trouble, because she'll sit there and she's trying to do the poo and it's just hanging out with a bit of string. She'd go running off. It'd just be like this big kind of sausage thing on a bit of string swinging around. But what was we talking about? Oh, we're on the BBC. Yeah, look. So the main story on the BBC, I know that's backwards for you, so I'll read it. The main story on the BBC is saying Ukraine tells citizens to leave Russia immediately. Oh yeah, so she's got bicep tendonitis. Apparently it's not what humans get, cold shoulder. It's not that. But if you get a cold shoulder, I think that's like if your thing seizes, your muscle in your shoulder, give you a cortisone injection. That's what she's got to have. Yeah, they've done her little paw. The other day she had to have an X-ray, and then she came back with a red bandage around it. And she ate it off as well, and I can't find it, so I think that's gone in her stomach. She just eats everything. She eats things. She doesn't eat. She chews them and eats them, swallows it. It's fucking incredible. Putin tells Russian security is non-negotiable. The Russian president praises the military as the US warns an invasion of Ukraine is beginning. Looks like it. There's a lot of like tanks and soldiers and that. Is there something going on? Is there some kind of like, so there's two areas, Can't remember what they are. Is it Donbass and something? Is it Kiev? Anyway, there's 2 areas where they said, no, you can't, that's ours. Metaverse app allows kids into virtual... Oh, Jesus Christ. That's on the metaverse. Is that fucking Nick Clegg? Nick Clegg is like fucking... He's been promoted. He's like the second bod after like Mark Zuckerberg. And I think Nick Clegg, he's like a fucking... He's going to like bring down Facebook from within. Facebook lost all their thing. Once they did the... what was it? Once they changed the algorithm, they went, fuck. Petrol prices hit new high amid Ukraine tensions. Yeah, but like the fucking petrol companies, oh, it's nearly gone past £1.50. The petrol companies, they were saying like they're got massive fucking profits. Like the energy companies, the oil companies and gas companies, they got massive fucking profits. Never seen anything like it. And we got cost of living crisis, and the petrol price is going up. You're like, hang on a minute. Are people going to be afford to like heat their house? They were saying. Wouldn't it be incumbent on the petrol companies, the energy companies, to like maybe like drop the prices a little bit, seeing that they're making so much money? Severe flood warnings remain. Oh yeah, look, there it is there. UK regulator asked to review Russia Today's content. The government tells Ofcom the is part of Russia's global disinformation campaign. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Wouldn't trust anybody. Well, you know, present company excluded. But why would you? You can't trust people. Can't trust them. I watched Gucci the other night, and the guy, they was like, how can you trust your family? So you can't fucking trust family. I was like thinking, not with money. You think, what the fuck? Who do you trust then? No one. Right, what else we got? Ron Atkins. Oh, he's really good. He does explainers. Not as good as my 2-minute newspaper review in the morning or this, but he does explainers, and they're really fucking good. The delivery's really good. He must have a crew. He must have a team who kind of like, yeah. Oh, I watched a really good film, and like I liked some music in the film, and I like that. Oh, did you see fucking Louis Theroux? I watched Louis Theroux as well last night. That's fucking... Guy takes some risks. He goes into fucking incredible places, doesn't he? And then, well, someone said, like, if you're being interviewed on Louis Theroux, then something's wrong. Because he only goes after fucking... Anyway. Yeah, so that's all the news. The sport. Should we do a bit of sport? Nah. Tuchel takes Lukaku out of the next fire, so is Havertz Chelsea's short-term solution. So Chelsea won 2-0 last night. And Man City won, what, 5-0 the other day? Liverpool beat Inter Milan 2-0. It's all going to be them. And they're talking about now, on the LBC, they were saying, like, should they take, because the final of the Champions League this year is it in St. Petersburg or somewhere? They were saying that, oh, we better not fucking do that. Don't do the... Can I get onto Twitter on here? I know I'm not signed in, but you're allowed to just like go around Twitter. Not been on here with Twitter. Hold on. Twitter. I'm going to put Twitter search in and see what... I got one. Look, there are some cracks on my screen. Let's see what they're saying about like the PMQs. We can like maybe relate some, explore Twitter. I think it's just gonna like just go back and not with PMQs. The 2nd of March. Trending. What's number 1 trending? PMQs is number 1 trending. Let's go into PMQs. See, Tory MPs, this is Caroline Lucas, even more boorish than usual. They clearly don't like scrutiny. There are important questions to be asked about why the Prime Minister refused to investigate credible evidence of Russian interference in our elections, and shouting me down doesn't make them or me go away. There's Femi. What the hell is the Speaker doing? Caroline Lucas was constantly heckled throughout, and he had a go at her, this Mr. Speaker. Then he told another MP off for mentioning Johnson's Islamophobic comments. Yeah, it was fucking weird, that was. Yeah, there's a lot about Caroline Lucas. We do not raise money from Russian oligarchs, says Boris Johnson. Adam Baikonov. One of the Conservative Party's biggest donors is Lyubov Chernovskin, whose wealth comes from her husband, Vladimir, who was secretly funded by a Russian oligarch with close ties to Putin. Yeah, see, so we don't get money from them. Is that the one he was playing tennis with? Yeah, Mr. Speaker must be sponsored by the Russians. A bunch of Tory male MPs shouting down. It's a lot about Caroline Lucas and getting shouted down. Caroline Lucas. Bill Esterson. He's an MP. I've met him before. He's up near Blackpool somewhere, I think. Boris Johnson's comments at PMQs suggest Putin has him in his pocket. What has Putin got on Johnson? Because he done, like, wasn't he part of, like, the Sherpal case? Didn't he, like, run away? He went down to, like, somewhere in southern Italy and he met, like, the guy from the KGB. He fucking shook off all his guards as well. They found him sort of, like, the PM, this is Rachel Reeves, the PM has confirmed a delay to the economic crime bill. This breaks a promise he made and sends entirely the wrong message the day after Russia invades Ukraine. You must think again. It's vital we draw a line under oligarchy, impunity and illicit finance. Oh. So, yeah, I wonder what he's doing that for. Yeah, so Peter Stefanovic. We need to stop corrupt Russian money in London, Boris Johnson told PMQs. His government tried to suppress the Russia report, misrepresented its findings and has ignored all of its recommendations. And there's Steve Bray. You know Steve Bray? He's the one who's outside Parliament, anti-Brexit. And he's got like, thanks for Russian Brexit through Putin, the con. Thanks for Russian Brexit through. Thanks for rushing Brexit through Putin, the con, into conservatives. Oh, that's quite good. But he's been threatened by the police. So he said, take it down or you're in fucking trouble. And, Caroline Lucas again. Ian Blackford. How can our allies trust this Prime Minister to clean up dirty Russian money in the UK? He won't even clean up his own political party. Will he finally commit to giving up the 2.3 million his party has raked in from the Russian oligarchs? And that's just since he's been Boris Johnson's been Prime Minister. And then, yeah. Oh, no, I'm not reading that one. I don't think any government could conceivably be doing more to root out corrupt Russian money, says Boris Johnson, who insists no country is doing more than him. Yeah, mate. Yeah, you don't give a fuck. There's Russian money in the Tory party. A lot of people talking about that. Probably. Oh, yeah, look. This is a painting I did. Love Wins. There's like a little black and white staffy. People saying, yeah, the ears look funny on that one. This is the fox one I did. Look, for fuck's sake, get rid of the Tories. Yeah, they were like fucking, they were chaos, weren't they? Absolute chaos. Yeah, look, this is an artwork on look, this is a PMQ from the other week. I called it the Liar's Den. Not the Lion's Den, because he made a reference to that film where they got it's a cartoon with a big lion in it. What's the film with the cartoon with the big lion in it? And he's got like a young son who becomes Lion King. Yeah, the Liar's Den. That's when he said the lion. Okay. Just look at the fucking, can Boris, look, the Tory graph, can Boris come out of this stronger? What, his lies are getting bigger and better. Let's go back to the Twitter. See what else we can find. Hold on. I didn't think, I forgot we left Twitter. See what else more they say. Lindsay Hoyle is a fucking disgrace. Someone posted up. A sovereign nation, this is Keith Starmer. A sovereign nation has been invaded. The Prime Minister must put a full package. There's so many cracks in this screen, it's hard to get things to play. Yeah, it's all Caroline Lucas, really. She did it. They went really mad. Oh, look, Russian donations. Boris Johnson, 160,000. Brandon Lewis, 28,000. Nigel Adams, 33,000. Gavin Williamson, 30,000. Guto Bepp, 16,000. There's a lot of money to give out. Right. Let's go to, who should we look up on Twitter? We can go to, let's go and see what Laura Koonsberg said. Laura, fuck it, I don't know how to find it on here. Because it's not into, like, if it was on mine, I just put L in and it comes up. The names come up across. Nicola Sturgeon, Holyrood. Okay, we've gone back to something else. Pressed the wrong button there. But trending, PMQs, that's where we are. So, latest. Let's get on to latest. Then we get some, because on the first bit, it's all like people who's got sort of like more weight. Yeah, like loads of people having a go at the Commons Speaker. After that performance at PMQs, I guess the only question for you is, are you lacking a spine or complicit? Yeah, it's like straight away. This is from the New Statesman. What we learned from this week's PM, accept all cookies. Do you just accept all cookies every time? Does anyone sit there and go through the fucking cookies? Because I don't. What we learned from Speaker Lindsay Hoyle's refusal to allow a question on Boris Johnson's comments on Muslim women stunned MPs. Political donations on the next big battle. Boris Johnson, Keir Starmer jostled to appear. Oh, I need a drop of water. Yeah, I've not been feeling that great, actually. Not for a little while. Not for about a month. I had to stop juicing because I ended up getting really weak. So, but yeah, I feel lots of aches and pains all over. It's weird. Johnson hit back by the single largest donation to the Labour Party came from a member of the Chinese Communist Party. We said that. The Speaker is continuing to struggle with the Boris Johnson era. Lindsay Hoyle interrupted a question by Labour MP Imran Hussain about allegations of Islamophobia against Mark Spencer, the former Conservative Chief Whip, who's recently moved to Leader of the House. He's the Leader of the House. Fuck. Which means he's responsible for overseeing the Parliamentary. They made a complaint against him. So this is why they're trolling. And now he's in charge of complaints, despite himself being under investigation. Hoyle has struggled in recent weeks to navigate misinformation and allegations of lying in the chamber, permitting Johnson's Jimmy Savile smear against Keir Starmer, but dismissing the SNP's Ian Blackford from the chamber for calling the Prime Minister a liar. He's a liar. That's true. And everybody knows. Yeah, everyone's having a go at Lindsay Hoyle, but it was really, really mad. Yeah. Okay. Not much more on like fucking PMQs. What else? So basically, London under the Tories is like I don't know, Ozark. There's better behaviour in class than you get from fucking Conservative MPs. Yeah, of course. Oh God, someone's going on about like the invasion of Britain from fucking people fleeing war and destitution. Okay, James McDonald, I can't be bothered to like check out who everybody is. Right, as Mr. James Robb, he's got a show on the LBC, rightly says Boris the liar is always either shambolic or shameless at PMQs, often both. Real sanction now, stop allowing your Putin backing mates to get the money out of the UK. See, that's another, like everyone's saying it now. So basically he's like warning Russian oligarchs, or like, what did he say? Because he never ever goes back to the chamber and apologizes, and he did today. I accept all cookies. I said that. Oh, I know. It's on the fucking. It's on me headphones. That's why there's no sound. Take the headphones off, Chunky. Go back to there. You can hear Caroline Lucas. Listen to this.
He wasn't aware of any. Yet, when he was Foreign Secretary, in 2017, in a joint press conference with the Russian Foreign Minister, when Lavrov claimed there was no evidence that Russia had interfered in UK elections.
Well, you go mental in a minute.
The
Listen.
now Prime Minister corrected him.
This is like 2 minutes long. It's 2 minutes. Listen. Speed it up.
Blind eye to allegations of Russian disruption and playing fast.
Order. I hope you're coming to the end of the question. I do need to...
Look. He wasn't shouting about all them being really boorish. He was telling them.
I could be a lot faster if I wasn't being barracked by the side opposite.
I think the challenge is that I do want to get the front benches moving quickly. We want to get speed into it, so I'm sure it's...
That is so rubbish. It's unreal.
His Defence Secretary said earlier this week that information is...
They don't want to hear it. Look.
Can he explain why he is turning a blind eye to allegations of Russian disruption? Why is he playing fast and loose with our national...
Prime Minister.
I repeat what I told
He
ago.
he just cut her off in the end. It was really bad. What's going on with there? Someone, I just see a comment go, she looked like Dr. Does people not like Caroline Lucas? I thought she was all right. Shocking, barracking, bores and yobs, they were calling him. Ban all flights from Russia and Britain airspace. It's like, I mean, I don't need, sometimes you think, like, I got this 1 hour newspaper, I got this 1 hour PMQs review. It's like fucking, is it even worth it? It's like, it sounds like it's like just mad there. They're all shouting, all screaming, and like, Boris is laughing and he's fucking lying. And it's like no one gives a shit. Even like the Mr. Speaker, he's like on fucking, he's on the Tory side. He's like, is that a thing then? Because when the last guy, what was his name? I can't remember his name now, but he was the last speaker, and he was the Tory. Burkow, he was a Tory, and then like they said that he kept siding with the Labour, but it's like you're there to hold the government to account. That's why they even ask the fucking Tories get to ask questions. Because it's like always stupid and loaded, isn't it? I can't wait until we're paying for petrol in rubles. Fucking hell. It's like, I don't know. Will there be a war? Will there be a war? And it's going to be a conventional war. If there's tanks and things like that, and they start bombing, because wasn't there some build-up like a few years ago around there? There was like a bit of a standoff, didn't they? Yeah, no, they had a war. I remember in Kiev, because Dynamo Kiev couldn't play their football matches there. Do you remember that? Something with the Champions League. Oh, that was on the LBC this morning. Nick Ferrari's show. But they're all like, how do they get them to being in the media? Further to Caroline's point. Yeah, look, there's I haven't seen any evidence of that. It's fucko when he was being questioned. Oligarchs and kleptocrats funded Brexit and Boris gangsters and landlords. The thing is, though, they're like fucking. They hold the power, don't they? If they got like, I don't know, they buy everything. Everyone like, there's hardly anything in Britain is owned by like, yeah, there's oil and things like that. It's like it's the biggest companies in the world. Is yeah, someone was saying this the other day. Because the biggest companies in the world, things like BP, Shell, banks, the 5 biggest banks in the world are Chinese. So it's not like NatWest and Lloyds and things. But the fucking, the oil and everything like that, where's, like, we take it from, like, we ain't got much oil here. They were saying, no, you've got to go to the North Sea and get fucking more oil out the North Sea. There's that thing in Scotland, isn't it? Because was it the Moan report? Is it the Moan report or something like that? Where they just took all the money. They just said no. Norway invested their money. Now they got like a massive oil slush fund where they just fucking they do what they reinvest it in other things. They should reinvest it in energy if they're selling like green energy. Because you could like if they wanted to. You could change, like they say, they got solar panels now that they could put. Imagine that they put solar. I've been saying this for years. They put solar panels. They put a mandated thing down where every single house was solar panelled. Every building in the entire country. How much is that going to cost? 50 billion. You would never need, or that would like even if it was like 25 or 50% of the energy. You would need to like fucking. You would never need to pay again. If you go to a hot country, say like what Spain. Let's take Spain. Imagine if they put solar panels on every single fucking house, every single building, whatever it cost, you would get it back fucking so fast. You would never have energy bills again, and it's all natural. It's just like you'd be creating so much energy. Imagine just fucking. But even if you go down like anywhere in England, just like solar panels fucking everywhere on top of the building, on top of the houses, on top of flats, on top of commercial properties. It would be an energy revolution. They spend that. They want to build like a fucking nuclear. Instead of building a nuclear factory, imagine you did that. Every single house you got like it was the law, that you got to put like on top. Solar panels, even if it cut like what 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 or 100% of your bills, you'd be laughing. The country would be laughing. But see, they don't. They like burning stuff. They love it because it's money. It's all about money. They burn money, but they burn the fucking planet. Is people into green stuff? Is that a good idea? Ends up who thinks like put solar panel on every single house. Has anyone eaten any plant food yet? Has anyone eaten plant foods? I haven't had any yet. See, they got plant-based burgers. But yeah. So on the let's just have a quick look on the. I'm gonna have a quick look on my Etsy. I wanted to show you some new paintings that I've done. Welcome back, Mark. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me back. Yesterday, my troubles seemed so far away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly. Oh yeah, this is a really nice one. It's quite popular. Oh, don't just fucking go onto your Etsy thing. Surely you got it in photos. I'll just go to photos. I'll pick out a few. Suddenly, far away. Oh, I believe. Yeah, this one's really nice. It's called Where the Light Is. Do you like it? It's like a winter scene, and it's where the light is. And over there, Personally, I prefer to smoke my plants. Yeah, yeah. Wind and wave power is the way to go. Okay, nice one, Dunk. Oh, that's so good. But this one here, look at that. See the pink in the thing like that there. So this one here is called Where the Light Is. And what my idea was that it was home. Home is where the light is. And this one is a sunset. You are my sunset. I done that watercolors and pastels. That is fucking, look at that. Yeah, I think I'm going to show you some. This is one of my all-time favorites. Love Is Out There. It's like someone like paddling away and going into the distance. Yeah, a lot of these will be back to front when I show you them. Oh, it's so nice painting. I just love painting. Oh, look at this one here. It's called Boys Don't Cry. That's so cute, isn't it? I like that one. There's just like a little pencil and something. This is spectacular. Lots of people know this one here. This is actually an autumn tree. Look at that. Fucking hell. I got the mirror out on my wall with my calendar. That's so cool. Yeah, the speaker was bang out of order, Karen. Look at that fucking tree, though. That's an autumn tree. The colours are fucking mental. I like the perspective on that. I dug this one out the other day. Be strong when things fall apart. Oh, I wish I could, like, I do have like a thing which has got absolutely. Oh look, I really like this one. So I do watercolors on newspapers, and this was when Boris, I think it was maybe when he was first elected, or one of the first times he was outside Downing Street. And on the front page, you got Churchill, and you had Boris doing the same thing as Churchill. And I called it Our Churchill. Our Wurzel. You like fucking Wurzel Gummidge. Yeah, there's some really nice, like, I do like the really big colourful ones. This one here is we are all a small part of this. I know the writing's back to front. There are lots of good people out there, foxes. Yes, it's true. I got a friend and she loves foxes, and she's feeding the foxes, and they come along, they follow her. It's so cool. And I've done this one here, which is like a little penguin and the thing, and it says, "I will never let you down." Like gushing. Keep coming up, Juno, come on, jump up, bud, jump up. Come on. I've got to take her out for a walk. Oh, look, I got a picture of her the other day when she had a sore leg. Look at that. That's just when she came back. She didn't like it. She said, "I didn't like that." Yeah, there's loads. I put up loads of new ones as well. I love this one here. It's like another tree one, perspective. You walked into my dreams. Like when you look up and you just see that little bit of clearing through the trees at the top. I've done thousands of paintings. This one is like a sunset. Look at that. Just when it goes, you know, right at the end, when it goes a bit red and the clouds are really dark down the bottom, but just a bit pops out. Yeah, I've got an Etsy page. Just go and have a look. There's millions on there. Yeah, this one here, this fox one here. You want to jump up here? Come on, Boris, come on. This one here is like, if I could touch the moon. That's a little fox and a big full moon. Right. This is, I used the Sharpie for this. This is another artwork on newspaper. This one is going to go into the National Portrait Gallery. They just fucked off the BP. I used a Sharpie. Look, it's special one of flying fucking idiot. I love, because like when you paint on the newspaper, do you know what you're actually doing? They're historical. It's like historical artworks. Look at this sunset one as well. This is another sunset one. I love this sky. Look at. Did you find the one you're looking for the other day? Is that the Ace the Wonder Dog? Yeah. I do look, you know, I've got so many boxes, and I put all the watercolours into boxes, and the prints are in boxes. And then someone like buys it, and I think, oh, where the fuck is that? And I spend hours looking for it. I got the worst filing system in the world. This one, Blossom Tree. This is this isn't nothing to do with Damien fucking Hirst. This is Eternal Life. Yeah, I found Ace the Wonder Dog. It's a fucking top painting, Ace the Wonder Dog. This one's really interesting. It says, if I had to choose between breathing and loving you, I'd use my last breath to say I love you. And it's a koala. It's not a koala bear. I think they dropped the bear. Someone said to me the other day, they don't call them koala bears. Ace the Wonder Dog. I was telling everyone about this. The best fucking painting ever. Look at it. Someone is having an epi. Look at that. Fucking hell. He's a very famous, he's a famous dog. Well, he's a film dog. Yeah. And this one's really beautiful as well. Look at that one there. Little rabbit. And it's like all that. That's fucking England, isn't it? That's what England. We just bought Ace the Wonder Dog. And this one here as well. Every panda needs a friend. There's a panda with an arm round like another panda, because they don't actually. They like to be in isolation, which is really weird. So that's why I did it. And this is really, I love this one here. It's called You Are My World. And it's two cats like sitting on the thing looking at the moon. I think the painting thing is a cathartic thing. This one here, I painted the front page of the Sunday Times the other day, and it was the Queen cutting her cake, and she's like, look at her face, she's just digging into it, and it says, get Boris done. Yeah. And I like this as well. This is a flamingo, and it says, learn to let go, because like they stand on one leg. They stand on one leg. And it's like they are so, I mean, how do they do that on one leg? It says, learn to let go. That's so cool. I like it just because I like doing this is one of my favourite. And you know, this is called You Are My Summer. And this is what this is what watercolours are all about. Watercolours are like magic. They're like magic. You can like, some people, you can do it. Do you know what I mean? You can master like fucking things. I didn't do it. It is like fucking by accident. It's like, it's not all by accident. Just to say, you have an idea, but for it to come out like that, I just get blown away. It's like I didn't do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like my hands, like there was a woman outside in America, and she was painting, and they were like fucking. Anyway, and then she'd been interviewed. No, she was making music, and she was being interviewed by my friend, and she was saying something like, I don't do the paintings. John Lennon is doing it. She was saying that John Lennon, his spirit was inside her. Yeah, this is Toto on the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. I really like my dog films, but that's what you have to look at the little bee. Bee wonderful. I love doing bees. And the one I wanted to show you as well, this one here, which is the guy who owns Matt's Gallery bought it, and I got to give it to him. I got to do the prints. Fucking foxes, look. That is fucking class, mate. I love that. That is so good. And I painted the front. Yeah, I often paint the front page of the Daily Mail, and I did the Daily Poo, and it was like a poo emoji, but this one's called Gammon. So it's the front page of the Daily Mail, and I just black it out. The paper crinkles a bit, but you get the fucking picture. That's a good fucking likeness of a gammon, isn't it? People get upset with that. They go, you fucking can't use that word. That's not fair. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? And I love all the foxes. I'm part of this, aren't I? And it's a fox looking up at the moon. Oh, I love it going through some of the watercolours. I never thought of doing this before. This one here, I got the words are from Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen, he sung Suzanne Takes You Down. So long, Marianne, it's time we began to laugh, cry, and laugh about it all again. And he was looking at Rumi, who was a poet, and Rumi was saying something about how the light gets in. And he wrote, there's a crack in everything. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. So it's kind of like a landscape. But I love that. I need to do more landscapes. I haven't fucking painted landscapes for ages. And if I could do more landscapes, I'd be so happy. It's a little donkey, a rainbow of chaos. It's got ears. But it's like when you do them quirky, that's like, right, who paints real life? Do you know what I mean? Look at this one here. It's my life. Do you know what I mean? That actually is a bird, like some really weird bird that I saw. I've forgotten what they're called. Do you know it? But they are so But I like quirky things. And this is my seagull, which is really popular. And it's you can't read. Can you read that backwards? People like that one. I like it. And hilariously, someone bought that for Valentine's Day and said, like, they left a message on my Etsy saying, oh, can you get it here before the 14th? It's a gift for Valentine's Day. And I was like, what? Can't send that to someone on Valentine's Day. And this one here is, it's Benny Ras. So Benny Ras is in Ibiza. They play like drums and that. And they watch the sunset. Look at that. I'm telling you, I'm a landscape paint. Well, you do a lot of different things, but look at that. Look at the colours kicking off. I love that. When you get into sort of like, when you're looking at landscapes, you just go and look up at the sky, go and look up at like what's happening, and then you just see it all. You see it differently. Do you know what I mean? You see things, you have to see things differently. Yeah, look, there's my watercolour box. Look at that. That's fucking well used, mate. There's St. Petersburg's. Yeah, ain't cheap, you know, not like chicken. Cheap, like fucking chicken. And this is my badger. And this one is life is really just about love. I love it. Look, isn't that a good badger? He's kind of like trotting towards you. You see how, like, because he's really grey, he's got black legs, but that's how they look. You're the Van Gogh of our time, Chunky. Yes, I fucking am. Because it's about being really, really simple, isn't it? And like sometimes it's like when people paint as if they're like painting what? Like, yeah, look, these are my this is the calendar. This is all the paintings from the 12 that's on the tour. There's a couple of those left, actually. Oh, and look, this one here, the river is everywhere at once. This is like pencil. So the bridge is done in pencil, and like the other bit is watercolour, and it says the river is everywhere at once. Like one of those stone bridges. It's quite nice, actually, using pencil and doing it like a watercolor with. And this is I got this line is from, what's that film, Blade Runner. It's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does? Do you know that? Was that, I think it's the Rutger Hauer says it. It's too bad she won't live, but then again, who does? It's like a little dead mouse, look. And I saw that mouse in Anthony Ayton's kitchen. He's like 96, he paints. He's a really good painter. He's like a British master, and he's down in Brixton. I was in his house. I was just going around chatting with him, and he was doing this massive painting of Varanasi. So all people on the steps. Was it Varanasi? The one where they wash their clothes in India and they come down as all beautiful colours. But yeah, there was a little dead mouse in his kitchen. And this one here is a butterfly only dreams of today. And there's a little fox jumping. The perspective there, it's not the butterfly, is that Father Ted thing. So the butterfly is closer than where the fox is. So the butterfly is closer to us. It's really, really funny. Yeah. So this one here is a cat. So basically, it's called You're Funny. So look at it. It's a cat, and it's got his head sort of like sideways on. Can you see that? So basically, there was a couple, and I had this little period where I was painting in watercolours, and then I was putting them through filters, So I was thinking, fucking hell, and everyone's like my son and everyone's saying, Joe, what you fucking, you're supposed to be an artist, you don't use filters. Think of fucking Andy Warhol. Do you know what I mean? Look at David Hockney now. He's painting on fucking, yeah, but he paints, but he's painting on an iPad. He paints on an iPad. And this one here, when is this from? Yeah, look. So this is an original. It's still out there, still on the kitchen table. It's Saturday, March 21, 2020. So it's when COVID first kicked in. And it did have a different title on it. It had something like, because Boris Johnson's got his hand like that. Like, you'll see it in a minute. He's got his hand like that. And I wrote, this is how tall the Queen is. I marked it up. And it lay there, but I changed it now. And it's just called We're Fucked. That's really strong. But I like it. I mean, you know when you paint on newspaper? Painting on newspaper is fucking incredible. Like what I was saying before, because you're documenting history. You're painting history. You know, that's a thing, isn't it? Oh, another dead badger. This is a dead badger that I saw. But yeah, this is quite big. I've done this on lining paper, and it just says the end. So it's a dead badger. Just lying. I saw it lying in the road. Often see badgers lying in the road. Actually, spring is coming, and it's a fucking nightmare spring. You're going to see like fucking dead foxes everywhere. Because they don't do the Green Cross Code, so they have the little what do you call foxes? Cubs. They have the little cubs, and they're just running out like they have the cubs come out, and there's no fucking there's no Green Cross Code. There's no this one here. It's like whispering. It's a little mouse whispering code. Things will never be the same again. That got a golden belly, that one. It's fucking cute, mate. Yeah, this is, did I show this earlier? It's the Liar's Den. Yeah, you've done that. Fucking hell. My memory's getting really bad. Really fucking, it's slipping. Yeah, I really like this one as well. It's 2 seals. It's called The Lost. 2 seals basking on like a rock. I was over in, where was I when I got that from? Was Rathlin Island, up north, Northern Ireland, off of Ballycastle. There's a little island called Rathlin. It's by the mole of Kintyre. Yeah, it was, we walked down around the bottom and there was just like fucking so many seals. Yeah, this one's a little hedgehog. Come on, you're fucking showing too many, Chunky. Oh, that's really popular. Two penguins holding hands, and it says, everything's going to be all right. And that's another tree one with the sun just blasting through. That's fucking extraordinary. Look at the colours on that. But I've been using pastels as well. So basically, actually recently I've been layering down first the pastels. It used to be watercolour first. Then I changed, and it's like pastels are first, and then after that, like you can put on. So some of these are fucking really weird, and people don't like it. They don't like it when it's weird. Go, what the fuck is that? I'm not putting that on my wall. You lunatic. What the fucking hell are you doing? Oh, I love this one as well, and it's like it's called Love Finds You. Look, isn't that beautiful? It says, love finds you. People ask me, like, where's the process? And it's like, you know, sometimes I listen to people, like, on the shop, in a bus, or in the telly, on the film, and then I hear it, and then I think to myself, oh, that's really good. I quickly write it down. I like that. And, like, sometimes it just goes, like, and you get it. So I did this pencil drawing. It's like a stag in the distance. It's a little, and it says, if I could see you one more time. That is just fucking gorgeous. That is so beautiful. And it's really weird as well. People say, oh, why do you always say, like, that's fucking gorgeous? It's your own painting, you dickhead. And people like, they send me like with the painting framed, and I go, that is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you painted it, but it's still like, I tell you, it feels like I don't. And there's the Daily Poo. That is fucking classic. That was fly posted by Flying Leaps all around everywhere, like London, Glasgow. Yeah. And this one here is a fox from the Antichrist, Chaos Reigns. Look at the teeth. They look real, mate. How's that fox? It was all like, it was covered in goo or something, wasn't it? I don't know why, but it was, that's what. Yeah, I like this one here as well. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. I like the universe. Look at the sky. And it's two like penguins again. Look at that sky. It's like the Aurora Borealis. And another thing that I paint loads of is like robins be at my side. And the day my dad died, I painted a robin. It was the day before he was dying, and I painted robin. It could have been the day before. Yeah, look, this is another bee. This bee's fucking extraordinary. It's called Bee Happiness. Look at that. Bees are just fucking incredible. I love painting them. I love all the golden. And this is a toucan. I love fucking colour. I love this one is a toucan. It says, "Are you fucking real?" Look at that. I just love colour. That's why I like Matisse. I like Matisse. Matisse was good. I'm still in love with you. Look at that cat. Is that cute or what? But that's not even like real life, is it? You can still see it's just like simple paint, simple lines, simple drawing. It's really nice. Yeah, because the simplicity of things. And this one here, this one is a polar bear, and it's got like all stars behind it, and it's just lifting its big leg to walk. I'm sorry we've gone off politics and just showing him some paintings. I love showing my paintings. Look, one step at a time. This is actually really good because like I walk around the streets and I just randomly talk to people and I just say, "Do you want to look at my paintings?" It's actually really nice just to like show people on here. This one's called Never Give Up on Your Dreams. That's a little mouse on like on an ear of corn. Never give up on your dreams. That is so beautiful. Oh yeah, who said I was Van Gogh? The Van Gogh of our time. Chunky Van Gogh. Look, that's my sunflowers, and you can see I wrote my name like Vincent. I wrote Chunky. Chunky Van Gogh. That's quite good effort, actually. Someone said. I know. I like it when people say good things. Yeah, there's some really weird ones on. Oh, look. So this is a little mouse, and it says, "Where does hate come from?" You know, little fella. Yeah, where does hate come from? Because some people don't like mice. I don't know why. But oh, this one here is fucking. I'm gonna have to swing it round because it's up the wrong way round. So this is. I'm actually like as an observationalist, as looking at like trying to sort of like see something that's really familiar, but it's really just it's a study. So do you know what's his name? Who used to draw all the apples? What was his name? Cézanne. Is it Cézanne? He done the apples in the mountain. It's like a study. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to paint a really subtle shadow. And I was in the park, and just where it came down like that, and there was a bush there. So as you see it, look at this. Fucking brilliant. Can you just see the shadow? That's one of my sort of like more accomplished paintings. People won't get it. I know that because like whatever, but that's a really accomplished painting. Every time we fall, and I like painting waterfalls. Oh yeah, so look, you can see here, look, every time we fall. So you can see here, some of those early ones, they're just like little A5 paintings. And you can see like, it's just from the notebook. So basically what I do is I take out, do you know the ring binder? I take that out and it leaves the page because it's got a serrated edge at the top for you to peel that off. But I leave it on. Yeah. Quite like that. Yeah, just leaving the thing on. Like some of them are just. Why don't you ever stop bouncing? So that's like that's on like more watercolor paper. That's on like a thicker paper. The ones on the Oh yeah, so look, this one here is a painting. So this is what I was telling you, right? So this was a little experiment I had. So I do this painting, and there was this woman, and then she was holding the child's hand, and there was like birds flying away, and there's this massive black fucking hole. I called it the abyss, and I tried it in like just digitizing it. Oh, it's unbelievable. You can see all of the depth. It's called the abyss. That is fucking good. Like I know like what I mean, I do thousands, so I wouldn't say if it wasn't good, but I love that. Can you just see the woman holding the child? You see the birds up in the top as well. So it's really detailed. It's almost like from a fucking graphic novel or something like that, isn't it? I like looking at graphic novels. And I do these sort of like anti-Tory pigeons. And it's all about shitting. And it says, fucking Tories, I'll shit them. There's like, I don't know how you end up, yeah, look, it's another anti-Tory pigeon. Never ever trust the Tory. They shit everywhere. But it's like fucking, that is a proper nice pigeon. Because we've got lots of pigeons in London. There's pigeons fucking everywhere, Chunky, not just in London. But there's pigeons. And I just like, when you see one and you've got all those beautiful colours, they're like purples, greens, and it merges in with the greys as well, doesn't it? I love pigeons. Yeah, there's another little robin called Guardian Angel, and that's just in with the blossom. Yeah, was it last year? Yeah, I saw some robins nesting. Yeah, that was really, really incredible. And then sometimes I use French. This is the donkey. It's called Je t'aime, which is French for I love you. But the colours in that as well. But look, the donkey's like just fucking. It's wild, that donkey. Look at it. Oh, fucking hell. What time is it? What's the time? I gotta go to pick up the little one from school. I know, we've got loads of fucking time. It's 2:27. I've got to go at 3. You ain't staying on here till 3 o'clock, fucking. Yeah, I like the ones in the boats. Yesterday is gone. Today we have another chance. And there's pencil in there as well, so it's just drifting towards the thing. I should just have this massive book, the coffee table book, with just like all of the paintings. This one is so cool as well. It's another tree one. It's a blossom tree, and it says, where does it end? When spring comes, spring is a new life. Look at that one there. Yeah, I love that one. And the other one was, oh yeah, every day we start again. I like the words on this, and I like how all the things all the grass is in the foreground. So loads of that background there is actually watercolor, and then in the foreground you can see it's like it has this really incredible effect. It's like the pastels. Yeah, it's really nice mixing mediums as well, because you get different textures when you see it, when you hold it. If you get the original, when you see it, when you hold it in your hand, I mean, the fucking prints are glorious as well. They really bring up the color. But when you hold the material itself, I love holding paintings. What was her name? Ligia Clark. Is it Ligia Clark? So is she like a Brazilian artist? And she used to like actually have things. She made things that you could actually hold. And that's, I've got a big box of watercolours. So if I see anyone, I went to Sheffield to Cole's Corner, to Nicole's, and it's like I had all the things, and they're all in little sleeves. It's just holding them. How do you exhibit them? You can't. Just hold them and like go through. This is a peacock. Look at the way that, like, so that's a mixture of, look at the things down there. So there's watercolour in there and pastels. And I tried to fix the pastels, but it's shit, mate. Just fucking don't bother. I like, was it Vasari? He wrote this book on like pigments and like Giotto time. So it was all about making paint, making canvas, making fresco. How it was about permanence. They wanted to make things permanent. I don't want things to be permanent. You broke my heart, donkey. This one's here is rude, so look away. It's a Boris Johnson one. It says, is this any way to run a country? That's fucking, that's off the wall, that one. Yeah, the Liar King. Front page of the Daily Poo. Oh no, I got it. Oh, this one here is so beautiful as well. It's called Spring Flowers. Look at that. You can just see the little pattern on her dress like that. That's so pretty. I love that one. Yeah, just millions and millions and millions on here. I got to take Juno for a walk as well. You got to go out. She got a bad leg, so I'm just going to walk her and walk around the park. Fucking hell, what an amazing show today. Hey, Bubba, come give me a kiss. Yeah. We paint Juno as well. Where have you been? Have you just been eating your food? I know, it's that bone. That was a fucking good show. There was like, went on for an hour and a half. I went over time a bit, showing you all the watercolors. But fucking hell, it's amazing. And I'm gonna do like I should do art class. We should do art class, like live art class. That'd be good fun. I'm gonna go to take Juno for the walk and then go get the little one from school. But an hour and a half, and I did do half an hour on watercolors. Showed you loads. But the fucking Ukraine thing and all that, that's quite scary. I'm scared. That's worrying, isn't it? Especially when you got fucking idiots like fucking Putin and fucking Boris in charge. Can you even imagine? We're in fucking trouble when you see things like that. They're dangerous fucking people. Putin's like, fuck. Do you know what I mean? He's out, like, I saw him on the horse without his top on. But do you see him going in the ice water? And he didn't even go, I'd be like, fuck it, it's freezing in here. Yeah, they're still going on. It's fucking silly. All right then, listen, thanks. Like, that was a brilliant show. We're back tomorrow morning, 2-minute newspaper review. And then on Sunday, we do the 1 hour Sunday newspaper review.